Leftwich. That's complete. And they will use a timeout at the 41-yard line. From there, 58, 59, 60 yards, depending on the spot. And they will try it.
Why not? 48 yards in the pregame was his longest.
He hit a 53-yarder this year, but that was indoors in Indianapolis to win.
I'm going to tell you one thing, the Pittsburgh Steelers, you must do. And this is a disciplined football team. Stay on the line of scrimmage. Don't do anything stupid.
This will be from 60. It had a chance. Are you kidding?
It was just a little right.
It was right, like you said, he was right all night.
Holy cow, what a blast he hit. He nearly made a 60-yard field goal to win it. Are you kidding me? Look at this.
He's got the distance. There's no question about the distance. He was just a little bit right.
Oh, good grief. What a kick by Scobie.
What a game.
When you've got to wait on a 60-yarder to see whether it's a foot right. Let's go to Susie Colbert.
Ben, a rookie record 10 wins. Describe your emotions on that last drive.
You know, this is a great win for this football team, for the offense, defense. We didn't have our best game today, but when you find ways to win, it always feels good.
What are you saying to the guys in the huddle?
I say, guys, let's go down one more time. You know, let's complete a couple balls, get down the field, give Jeff a chance to win this game for us.
You finally beat your buddy, Byron Leftwich. What did you say to him?
Nothing, you know, I just told him great game. He's a great quarterback. You know, he'll sit back in that pocket and throw the ball all day, and, you know, it feels good to finally get him.
Congratulations.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Brilliant win for the Steelers, a crushing loss for the Jaguars. Stay tuned for SportsCenter coming up next. For Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Colbert, and our entire ESPN crew, the best in football. This is Mike Patrick saying goodnight from Alltel Stadium in Jacksonville.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
Surprise, surprise, the San Diego Chargers playing a meaningful game in December. Bolts and Broncos in a fourth-quarter fight for first place in the AFC West. Plus, the rumors continue to swirl concerning Barry Bonds and steroids. But what does one of baseball's best ever think? Hammer and Hank Aaron makes his call.
This is SportsCenter.
Playoff pressure boiling over all across the NFL. Upsets raising questions, blowouts exposing stars, and touchdowns coming in bunches for you-know-who. Plus, of the BCS losers who got robbed of a premier bowl bid. And it's he said, he said, he said, he said. Who really blew up LA's star-studded dynasty?
If you don't like me, there must be something wrong with you.
Along with Carl Ravitch, I am Linda Cohn. We begin with the San Diego Chargers taking a major step in ending an 8-year playoff drought.
Long time coming, biggest game in a decade for a team that last year was 4-12, and this team has won 7 of its last 8. And they just don't win at home, folks. They beat up opponents by an average of 17. First quarter zeros when LaDainian Tomlinson bounces off 2 and gets City rush 30 times for 113 yards. 9th straight game, he has scored 7-zip. Jesse Chapman leveled by John Lynch. Chargers recover. Total team effort. That's how you win 5 in a row. Watch the pop again. Chapman knocked down. He is stunned. He'll be it up. Later in the second, 14-7, Jake Plummer pass. Tipped. picked. Phillips diving interception. Chargers ensuing field goal, 17-7. Plummer down 27. Rod Smith. Nice catch over the defender. Led to a Reuben Drones 4-yard touchdown. Plummer 16 of 40 for 278. Biggest play of the game right there. Picked off by Jerry Wilson in the end zone. Marty loves this D. Plummer picked 4 times. 2 minutes to play. 3rd down and 7. Drew Brees. Look out behind you. Boom, he gets hit. Ball gets loose. Chargers recover. They're going to be forced to punt. Plummer takes the field with 50 seconds left. There are no timeouts left. 32 to play now. 4th down and 10. Darius Watts hangs onto it. 1st down, 8 seconds to go. Another 4th and 10. Plummer, Watts. A, you need a 1st down. B, you need to get out of bounds. He picked up the 1st, didn't get out. Time ran out. Chargers win. Sean Salisbury on putting the D in SD.
Yes, Ravi, it's early December. Hold on to yourself now. The Chargers are in first place by 2 games out in the AFC West. We know about the offense. We've heard about it. We've talked about it. Let's give the defense some love because they dominated Denver on Sunday. Here's Jason Fisk, the nose tackle, against Tom Neion, a Pro Bowl center. Muscles him into the backfield. Then you look at the blow up in the backfield on the fullback. Here's what I love. It looks like the play's over. Most teams quit right now. Reuben Drones tries to get out of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Chargers. A 7th one comes in. That's helping your buddies out. Great team defense. This is a series in the 2nd quarter. Stop the run. Then Plummer back to pass. Look at how quick Randall Godfrey, the outside linebacker, runs by the tight end on the left side. And this is the 3rd down run. That is Quincy Scott inside at the nose guard. Double teamed. And who's the guy who makes the first contact? It's Quincy Scott after the double team. The Chargers' effort was awesome. And Ravi, this team's going to go to the playoffs and win the division.
We'll hold you to that. The Chargers may certainly be the story of the year in the NFL. They've now won 6 in a row. Longest winning streak since '94, think Super Bowl. LaDainian Tomlinson, a touchdown in his 9th straight game, ties a team record held by Natron Means and Lance Allworth, 2 great Chargers of the past. And their offense, speaking of great Chargers, Fouts like 28.3 a game. It's defense, though, making those 28 points stand up. Bob Holtzman in San Diego.
After 6 100-yard games and 7 starts, the Reuben Drones mystery has finally been solved. The Chargers' run defense, ranked 2nd in the league entering the game, held Drones to just 38 yards on 14 carries, his lowest total in both categories since he became a starter.
They definitely were doing some good schemes, and they were creating a lot of confusion towards me, and they just played a good game.
I think the 3-4 teams, you look at Pittsburgh, you look at New England, people don't run the ball real effectively against that front.
Poking up under the pile or, trying to get the guy out of his game, that's what we did, and it worked out for us. We just tried to be aggressive and physical.
Before the game, Drones said a lot depended on him and that he had to have a big game for the Broncos to win. He was right. Denver has now lost 4 of its last 6 and is in real jeopardy of missing the playoffs. In San Diego, Bob Holtzman, ESPN.
Bobby, thank you. Chargers put little distance between themselves and the Broncos on Sunday, as Sean said. Now clear by 2 in the West. Chargers get the Buccaneers next week, playing a little better. The Broncos host the Dolphins, who aren't playing better.
Tons more NFL action inside SportCenter. Donovan McNabb and T.O. KO Brett Favre and company. Are the Eagles really this good? With a share of first place in the NFC North, Culpepper and Moss in a Chicago shocker. A former Cowboy circling the Bears wagons. And the BCS mess continues with millions of dollars at stake. Which loser on BCS Bowl Bid Sunday got shortchanged the most? And don't miss this epic conversation. Coming up on SportCenter, all 4 sides clear the air after the ugly breakup of LA superstar dynasty.
You want to get rid of the man that took us to the finals 4 out of the 5 years with all the stuff he had to go through? And then talk about getting Mike Krzyzewski. I'm out.
في أعلى قمة للجبل يوجد منزل المهندس فارس يونان.
الوقت اللي بيكون في عندي وقت دغري بطلع على الجبل لأنه ما في عيش بلا يعني.
كل التفاصيل تدل على كرم الضيافة لأصحاب هذا المنزل.
أنتوا عم بس توصل على البيت بتحس إنه فاتح يعني فاتح سؤال إيدي لأني بحب العالم وبيقول لك أهلا وسهلا.
المنزل الخميس في الأوقات التالية على قناة اليوم.
وحياة مامتك لو ما لميت نفسك لازرعك شجرة في الشارع.
يا ابني احنا الستات بنكسب في كل حاجة.
نساء يتفوقن على الرجال في العمل، ورجال يتنكرون في الزي النسائي لاكتشاف السر.
ما تسألنيش الليلة دي عن حقوق المرأة.
ليه؟ أدخل الرجال حضرتك؟
كيف أخاف من إيه؟ إحنا رجالة أو كده.
سلام مربع للستات في عرض أول وحصري قريبا على قناة سينما واحد.
برعاية حفاض بامبي كيدز. بامبي كيدز للأولاد ما فوق ال4 سنوات.
SportCenter, brought to you by BMW 3 Series. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
The Eagles, class of the NFC, and they look to prove it by kicking the Packers' butt. Donovan McNabb and his 10-1 Eagles. McNabb completed his first 14 passes. Here's one that'll work to Terrell Owens. T.O. 8 catches, 161 yards. 14th TD catch of the year for T.O. And no big celebration for T.O., but one more touchdown catch, and Andy Reid has to wear tights. Brett Favre picked off by Sheldon Brown, one of 2 interceptions for Favre. That 36th straight game with a TD pass streak comes to an end. Back to McNabb. Donovan McNabb threw for 5 touchdowns. There's a completion to Brian Westbrook. Westbrook, 11 catches, 156 yards. McNabb to Westbrook again, this one for 41 yards. It's 21-0 Eagles. Statistically, Donovan said it felt like I was playing a video game. It was clicking on all cylinders. To L.J. Smith for the score, 28-0. 464 yards passing, most in Eagles history for Donovan McNabb. 35-0 at the half. Brett Favre, no TD passes. How about that?
We can, throw this one in a recycle bin and see what happens from here on, but they're obviously better than us.
47-17 the final. Hey, Sean Salisbury, how did Donovan eat up the Packers' D?
All right, Linda, Donovan McNabb was pretty good today and has a little bit of command. There you see him looking to the right, and I love the accuracy. Remember those people who questioned his accuracy in the past? Throws it to the off shoulder away from the most dangerous Packer defender and allows Brian Westbrook, who was huge in the run and the pass today for the Philadelphia Eagles. And if you look back at this game on Sunday, McNabb had control the entire time. Now, this is the best screen team in football. Rolling to his right, making everybody assume that it's a pass to its right. Westbrook hides behind the line, does a great job of chipping, then catches the ball in the open field, and then it's Patered, another touchdown for Brian Westbrook. This is Westbrook, going to get man-to-man on the outside with a safety. Like the way that McNabb holds people to the left side of the field, still looks it off. He already knows where he's going with it. And Linda, the pitch to Westbrook, they took him out back and delivered some pound cake in Philly today.
Love it, Sean, love it. The 30-point loss, the worst since Brett Favre joined the Packers in '92, and the worst for the team since they lost by 31 against the Eagles back in '90. The quarterbacks in that game for the Pack, Anthony Dilweg. For the Eagles, Randall Cunningham.
Linda Weiss got hurt by the Bears late last season. Once again, Minnesota, much more on the line. Chad Hutchinson making his first start. He was surfing when the Bears called him in September. Hutchinson scrambling. Chris Claiborne. Off the board he goes, but he got up. That's good pain. Give me more of that. Same Bears drive. Hutchinson. Brains now working. Desmond Clark, 6 catches, 58 yards, 6-yard touchdown. Bears up 7-0. Second quarter, Vikes down 10-7. Dante Culpepper. Brian Urlacher pitched it. Culpepper, 23 of 33, 279, but 3 interceptions. He was sacked 5 times. Heavy pressure all game. Late quarter 2, Bears down 14-10. Chad Hutchinson, who said his NFL Europe experience really helped him. Nice little dump to David Terrell, and the Bears are up 17-14. Terrell, 3 catches, 44 yards, and a touch. Vikings down by 3. Culpepper avoids the rush. Jerry Azuma's got Culpepper. How did he get it to Mo Williams?
I don't know.
Vikings missed the field goal on the drive. Azuma did have 2 interceptions. She let one go there, at least a player. Hutchinson, Jason McKee, 5 yards. Bears got 24 points. Bears have a pulse. They're 5-7. They're in the NFC. Hutchinson goes 18 of 30 for 213 and 3 touchdowns.
Another, quote, NFC powerhouse, quote, quote, struggling, this time against Tampa Bay, Michael Vick. Not himself. Derek Brooks setting the tone on D. Tips the Vick pass, and it's picked off by Dwight Smith. Brooks said he wanted his presence to be felt. Mission accomplished. Still in the second, Falcons down 10. Vick scrambling. He rushed for 81 yards on 8 carries, but he's hurt on this play. He had to sit one play out. Tampa Bay's defense incredible. Same series, 3rd and 8 from the 41. We're going to show Brooks. Why? Because he made his presence felt. He's blitzing. T.J. Duckett is supposed to block him, but Brooks beats Duckett, and then he'll strip Michael Vick. Brooks forcing the fumble. He also sacked Vick twice in this game. 3rd quarter, Vick. He's stripped by Simeon Rice. Rice also with his 100th sack in this game. 22nd player in NFL history to do that. Awful day for Vick. Brian Greasy, not awful. He and the Buccaneers improved to 5-7, and let's face it, they're still in the hunt. Falcons lose for the first time since Halloween, failing to sew up the NFC South. So let's recap the top 4 teams in the NFC and how they did on Sunday. Only the Eagles won. The Falcons blanked by the Buccaneers, the Packers embarrassed in Philly, and the Vikings lose by 10 to the Bears.
Still to come in Peyton's world, there's passing and scoring. Sunday, the Titans rolled out something else. This wasn't outside the box. It was onside the box. Difference between the AFC and NFC, we've touched on it. You actually have to be within a game of 500 in the AFC to be in the wild card hunt. And guess what? A bunch of teams are. And if Barry Bonds does break Hank Aaron's record, will the hammer be there to see it? Will he want to? Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. He is the king.
عطاءات فنية، التنافس الشريف والروح المثالية. ترقبوا كل هذا من خلال منافسات كأس الأمير فيصل بن فهد. تبث حاليا مباشرة على الرياضية.
This December, the ice melts on Super Movies.
Don't touch it.
Mel Gibson.
What is he, an idiot?
Questions normality in the $1 Million Hotel.
I work for the government.
Matt Damon and Will Smith play.
I'm not playing.
In The Legend of Bagger Vance. Staying sane in an insane world, Renee Zellweger is Nurse Betty.
Oh, you're sick. I have no short-term memory.
Guy Pearce remembers things best forgotten in Memento.
Don't speak till you're spoken to.
Cold Hearts and Jealousy. Scarlett Johansson is the girl with the pearl earring.
Why don't you paint me?
All these and more from Wednesday to Sunday at 9 p.m. Riyadh time throughout December.
This is good.
Super Movies, your ticket to the latest movies.
That's my daughter's car.
She'd give you a look sometimes, like she was preparing to never see you again.
I can feel God watching me, shaking his head.
Sean Penn stars in Mystic River, coming soon exclusively to TV Max.
ما بتعملش حساب للوقت وانا خايفه من النهايه.
وفكرك انا اقدر اعمل حاجه؟
انا جيت هنا عشان احذرك احسن من الذنوب. بقول دلوقتي
يا هانم ما تحاوليش تستمر. شوكة حاول وما قدرش، وفهد بتاعك برضه حاول وما قدرش. لكن بالذوق كل شيء ممكن.
امرأة من نار في عرض أول قريبا على قناة سينما واحد.
I would really like to see us relook at our objectives and try to start over with the BCS. I know why we did it. It's a great idea. I think that everyone involved with it wants to be good and wants it to be the best for college football. But right now, we have the worst system at the end of the year of any sporting group in the United States to try to determine a winner.
Oh, really? Texas football coach Mack Brown making those comments back on Thanksgiving week when it looked like his team wasn't going to be one of the top 4 teams in the final BCS standings. Wonder what Coach Brown thinks of the system right about now that he and his Longhorns are shouting in the streets, "We're number 4," and just feeling rosy about it. The final BCS standings, as expected, USC and OU go to the FedEx Orange Bowl to play for number 1. Auburn Tough luck for them. A perfect 12-0 mark is third. The surprising news, Cal and Texas switching places in the standings. The Longhorns moving from 5th to 4th. Here's why Texas is playing in a BCS Bowl and Cal is not. Really quite simple. Texas gained points in both human polls this week, and the computer numbers stay the same for both teams. As a result, the Big 12 will receive an extra $4.5 million for having Texas as a second representative in a BCS Bowl. Cal coach Jeff Tedford not pleased.
We're obviously very, very disappointed. And, you know, if you have to go in and try to blow people out, I don't think that's, serves the integrity of the game. You know, that it's not about one game. It's about a season. Our average difference in our games this year was 24 points. And we've won every game. We're 10-1. But obviously, we're very disappointed.
So here's how it will play out. Michigan and Texas will meet on January 1st at 4:30 p.m. Eastern in the Rose Bowl presented by Citi. And then later on New Year's Day, 8:30 Eastern, undefeated Utah taking on Big East champ Pitt in a Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Then January 3rd, 8 p.m. Eastern. Mark it down. Unbeaten Auburn left out of the title game. They're going to battle ACC champ Virginia Tech in the Nokia Sugar Bowl. And the following night, January 4th, 8 p.m. Eastern, USC and Oklahoma will play for it all in the FedEx Orange Bowl. All these games can be seen on ABC. Reese Davis now with our team of analysts.
Guys, I think what has happened the last few years when the BCS hasn't had the consensus 1 versus 2 for the national championship game is the fact that you have SC not playing for the title. But this year, both the computers and the polls agree. USC, Oklahoma, 1-2, yet Auburn's on the outside looking in. What do you think of the system? No, I'm asking you, what do you think? Did it work?
Well, I know all of my colleagues to my left here are going to agree with me. It's clear that it's a colossal failure here, the BCS. 4 of 7 years. The system just frankly hasn't worked. You have 5 teams this year that are undefeated. 5 teams, and we're still arbitrarily deciding who ought to be the national champion. The fact that a team could go through the Southeastern Conference, go 12-0, and not have a chance to play for the national championship, Mark, is fundamentally wrong. That's not sport. It needs to be decided on the field. There's too much at stake.
My friend, Kirk and I were fortunate to see every BCS team right now live and in color except Texas. Now, throughout the football season, I thought Auburn was the second best football team I'd seen. But after watching them live and in color against Tennessee, I changed my mind. I felt that Auburn was not the second best team, so the BCS worked. Number 1, USC. Number 2, Oklahoma. Mark, those 2 teams play. They are the 2 best football teams I saw during the whole season with my own eyes. It's the best system we have for right now. That's what I think.
I totally agree with you, Coach. It is the best system that we have at this time. Obviously, I would like to see them be proactive rather than reactive when they tweak it every single season. But for what we have today, we've got number 1 and number 2 playing each other. Throughout the season, they were ranked there. They played that way the entire season long. They weren't perfect the entire season, but this is the system we have. Number 1 is USC. Number 2 is Oklahoma. It's unfortunate for Auburn. I hate to be Tommy Tupperville and tell his young players that, guys, you've done everything we asked you to. You've gone undefeated, but you can't play for the national championship.
I'll give you a tweak, and I've said this all year, the +1. And I know there are different ways to go around it, but if you have the +1, at least you give everybody a chance that's fighting in the top 3 or 4 a chance to win it on the field. One thing I want to say is you feel bad for Auburn, which is obvious, but also with what happened with USC and UCLA, Auburn hit the showers at halftime up 21-7 on Tennessee. They were dominating Tennessee. My friend wouldn't have changed his mind if they would have gone into the second half and won 21-7 in the second half. If they would have won by 30 or 40 points, there's a chance. I'm not saying it would have happened. There's a chance they could have moved up to number 2 in the AP. And at least at that point, it would have given them an opportunity to head to the bowl games, maybe on the outside of the BCS, still going to the Sugar Bowl, but number 2 in the AP poll, and at that point, still kind of having an opportunity to get in there to have a share of the national championship. So as much as we're saying the system failed, they also hurt themselves by allowing Tennessee to get back in the game.
Ben, thank you very much. A couple of other bowl matchups you might want to check out. Notre Dame taking on Oregon State, the Insight.com Bowl. That's December 28th. Cal ending up in the Pacific Life Holiday Bowl. No BCS. They go the Pac Life Holiday Bowl. They face Texas Tech December 30th. Big-time scoring in the AutoZone Liberty Bowl. Louisville and Boise State, they average over 50 their last 4 and 6 games. So you're looking at 100+ in that one. The state of Georgia welcomes Miami and Florida in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
Back to the NFL, Titans and Colts. It's Peyton's paradise. We're just jealous. That's right, 7 TDs behind Dan Marino, single-season TV record. Steve McNair just watching. Billy Volek doing his Steve McNair imitation. 48-yard strike to Drew Bennett. Titans strategy against Manning, by the way, play takeaway. That's right, you'll see on the ensuing Titans kickoff, Craig Hentrick, the onside kick, this early. Scott McGarrahan recovers it. And that led to a field goal, 45 yards away by Gary Anderson. It's 10-3 Titans. So Fisher's plan going to work. The ensuing Titans kickoff. What's this? Again, another onside kick, but it'll go out of bounds. So the Titans would have to kick it away. The ensuing Colts drive, we have a 10-3 game. Titans on top, Peyton Manning. To Marvin Harrison, number 42 on the year for Manning. 80th time Manning and Harrison have hooked up for a touchdown, second most in league history. We're tied at 10. Later in the first, back to the Titans on offense. It's Volek. To his favorite target, Drew Bennett. Volek, 21 of 35, 269 yards, 3 touchdowns. Titans back up by 7. Ensuing kickoff, another onside kick, and the Titans would recover. Oh, Jeff Fisher is loving life at the moment. He's like, I know what I was talking about. But the Titans wouldn't score. So 7 seconds left. We're only in the first quarter. Oh, by the way. Volek again to Bennett. 24-17 Titans. Bennett with 3 catches for 3 TDs, all in the first, but the Titans would not score again against these Colts. Manning to Brandon Stokely. 43rd TD pass of the season for Manning. His 6th career game with 400 or more passing yards, tying Bledsoe for 4th most. Meanwhile, Gary Anderson. It's blocked. Rob Morris going the other way, 68 yards. First time since '97 the Colts have returned a blocked field goal for a score. Colts totally in control in the third, up 10, the edge. Edger and James, 18 carries, 105 yards, 41-24 Indy. Later in the third, Titans try to show life, 3rd and 9. Volek looking long and looking to Bennett, but this time not to be. Overthrown, so we got 4th down. So check this out. Titans would be punting. We're going to spot shadow center Ken Amato. It's a fake. Hendricks pass to Amato. Broken up by Gilbert Gardner. Tricky Titans, but didn't come out where they wanted to be. So in the 4th, it's Manning back to work to Reggie Wayne. Number 44 for Manning. A straight game with 3 or more touchdown passes for Peyton Manning. That's an NFL record. He's 4 behind Dan Marino. Unbelievable. The Colts keep rolling. They have scored 40 or more points in 4 straight games, becoming just the 3rd team in NFL history to do so. And the Colts' 5 games with 40 or more points this season is 1 shy of the most ever. Peyton Manning, almost to Marino's magic number of 48 touchdown passes. He's thrown 44 TD passes in 12 games, 12 more than Marino had in 1984 when he threw an NFL record 48. Manning, only 57 fewer passing yards than Marino had that year when he had a record 5,034.
Linda, we've seen one Chad succeed. Maybe Pennington can match the Bears' Hutchinson. His coach is happy to have him back. He missed 3 weeks. 3rd quarter, Jets down. Santana Moss on the punt return. I'll go right, and after that turn and the flag, presumably for an illegal block, Moss goes all the way down to the Texans' 4. No flag. The Texans coaching staff. I'll give you a flag. That set up a Curtis Martin TD, 13-7 Jets. First play, quarter 4, 3rd and 8, Pennington. Scrambling. Hold your breath time. Get down. Got a little hit. He's okay. In fact, he was kind of excited about the whole thing. And then Pennington, little swing pass to Martin. Touchdown. 360 yards of offense for the Jets. They're up 19-7. They win 29-7 in Chad Pennington's return. Life good again.
Bengals looking to win in Baltimore for the first time since '96. Carson Palmer and the Bengals, they're looking for their first road victory against a winning team since 1990. Palmer play action. He's going to be picked off right there by Ed Reed going the other way. Reed is hit, and he's stripped by Tony Stewart. Chris McAllister, though, picks up the loose rock and goes in for the score. Ravens up 20-3. You know, the Ravens 35-0 under Brian Billick when holding a 2-touchdown lead. So there was a lot to be happy about if you were a Raven fan. Late in the third, still 20-3. B.J. Sams is going to muff the kick, and the Bengals will recover. giving Cincinnati some life in a game you knew they were going to lose. But wait a minute. Ensuing drive, Palmer play action, finding Chad Johnson. Johnson, 10 catches, 161 yards. We got a 20-10 ball game. Same score later in the fourth. Palmer finding Chad Johnson for his second TD of the game. Best game in the NFL for Carson Palmer, no question, because here under pressure, he's going to find TJ Houshmandzadeh for the catch and this big gain. TJ with 10 catches for 171 yards and 35 seconds left. Palmer, Chad Johnson again, over the shoulder grab. Palmer 29 for 36, a career high 382 yards, and Shane Graham to win it 24 yards away. The Bengals claw back for their second biggest road comeback in franchise history.
Bad loss there since New England buried Buffalo and nearly had Bledsoe booed out of his starting spot. The Bills have bounced back big time, winning 2 in a row. They're back in the playoff chase. And off we go. Terrence McGee, opening kickoff. Not the only AFC East team to do this, but he goes 104 yards, longest in Bills history. 5th kick return this year, 7-0. 2 seconds to play in quarter 3. Plenty of time for Bledsoe. Almost looked like he short-armed it. 69 yards later, it's a touchdown. Bledsoe had 4 passes for TDs, 28-24. Bills with 117 points in the last 3 games. Who are these guys? We know who the Dolphins are. A.J. Feely, intercepted by Pat Williams. The Bills are 6-6 after starting the season 0-4. And then there are the Dolphins. As Jason Taylor of Miami said, we found a way to lose. They have certainly found a way not to be included in this grouping. These are the teams that are in the hunt for the AFC playoffs. The Jets have survived the Pennington injury. They're 9-3 and comfortably in that 5th spot. And then unlike the NFC, at least the AFC teams that are bidding for that 6th spot are at least 500 or better. Baseball, Henry Aaron spent parts of 23 seasons in the major leagues. He is baseball's all-time home run king. 755 times he rounded the bases with 1 swing of the bat. He played until he was 42 years old, and a look at his resume reveals a major reason for his skepticism regarding home run hitters of today, in particular, Barry Bonds. Aaron hit 40 homers when he was 39. The next year he turns 40, he hits only 20, and then 12, and then 10 to round out his career. Like all of us, Aaron's tried to digest the news of the past week. He's having a hard time. Quoted in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, at that age, 40, he says you have to ask, did he accomplish all of this by rejuvenating his strength from day to day with those substances? Drugs won't help you hit the ball, but they can make you recuperate consistently enough to hit the kind of home runs these guys are hitting. Let me say this, any way you look at it, it's wrong, end quote. Gene Orza, Union's #2 man, who along with Don Fear have been primary targets of public disdain, told me Sunday he believes the current drug policy is actually working, suggesting the recently leaked testimony of Jason Giambi and Barry Bonds was taken before the current plan was implemented. Quote, look at the size of the players this season compared to years past. It's working, end quote. Doesn't mean it won't be changed either. It is on the agenda for this week's executive board meeting. It's always been on the agenda. Two of the NFL's top teams straight ahead on SportCenter. Tom Brady having his way in Cleveland, in Jacksonville, Big Ben, after his record 10th straight win. College hoops in play on Sunday as well. #4, Georgia Tech goes for 19 straight at home. The upstart Colonials trying to hand #12 Maryland an NBA-size upset. And from the week that was, including a remember when from Notre Dame, and a BCS buster that wasn't. Boomer lays out the 10 best as only he can. Plus, the latest Lakers dynasty is over, but some questions remain, like what, or better yet, who drove Phil Jackson out of L.A.
If you want me to continue on with this ball club, then the change has to be made. And if you want Kobe on this ball club, then I have to go.
Welcome to a world where the students become the masters. A world where high achievement isn't just an expression. A world where the stars rise up in the sky. Welcome to the wonderful world of college football on Orbit ESPN.
قالوا أهل المنطقة وكل الناس شهدوا إنه كان دفاع عن النفس.
ما قتلوا لك جوزك بليلة العرس؟
كبري عقلك يا خالد. أنا بقتل هاني
انت من يوم ما اجيت لهالبيت جبت النحس معي.
بيكفي. راح تخليني يفتح الدفاتر العتيقة وما راح تكون مبسوط. طيب.
المطلوب رجل واحد في عرض أول وحصري الجمعة 7:10 مساء بتوقيت غرينتش على قناة سينما واحد.
برعاية حفاض بامبي كيدز. بامبي كيدز للأولاد ما فوق ال4 سنوات.
Have I ever told you how our father proposed to my mother? I should have a man. Do I know you?
Detective Malloy.
Do I know you? Do I know you? I know you? Do I know you? Somebody asked me out. I want to know how you did that to me. I woke to find myself in a dark wood.
There was a homicide in your neighborhood.
I don't think that memory is very reliable. I came into the room. It's here in the circle. Did you kill her?
Meg Ryan will take you into the dark side, right between fears and desires, right in the cut. Now showing exclusively on TV Max. Are
Hilarious.
Great.
Irresistible.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Fire trucks.
Freaking funny.
Delicate, not so much.com. Horizontal. Vertical.
No right, no wrong.
Seriously? We're gonna do this?
Again.
I don't know why that's important.
I get it.
Friends, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Riyadh time on Super Comedy.
That's my daughter's car. She give you a look sometimes like she was preparing to never see you again. I can feel God watching me, shaking his head.
Sean Penn stars in Mystic River, coming soon exclusively to TV Max. Are
Hilarious.
Great.
Irresistible.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Fire trucks.
Freaking funny.
Delicate, not so much.com. Horizontal. Vertical.
No right, no wrong.
Seriously? We're gonna do this?
Again.
I don't know why that's important.
I get it.
Friends, Thursdays at 9 p.m. Riyadh time on Super Comedy.
In the center of a city.
Coming through.
A million miles from anywhere.
What is he, an idiot?
Is a hotel like no other.
No matter how strange or despicable you act, I can do one better because I work for the government.
Mel Gibson stars in $1 Million Hotel, Friday at these times new and exclusive on Super Movies.
ESPN Sunday night game. Jags fighting for their playoff hopes, hosting Big Ben and the 10-1 Steelers. Roethlisberger tied for the rookie QB record of 9 wins in the season. Roethlisberger finding Jay Remersma for the score. Visa Skycam play of the game. The play, though, was challenged by Jack Del Rio. Take another look as you see. Ball pops out when Remersma hits the ground, but the TD stands. Important points. Jags down 1 in the fourth. Fred Taylor, 27 carries, 76 yards, getting into Steelers territory at the right time. Josh Scobie lining up for a 36-yard field goal, and the kick is good, and the Jaguars taking a 16-14 lead. Roethlisberger now. Last drive under 2 minutes left. Thing about Big Ben, he is so cool for a rookie. Connecting with Lee Mays. Roethlisberger, 3 for 3 for 39 yards on this final drive. And then, next play, the draw play to Willie Parker. Getting it to the 28-yard line of the Jags. Roethlisberger, 14 of 17, 221 yards and 2 touchdowns. Here we go. Jeff Reed, 37 yards away for Pittsburgh. No problem. Steelers take back the lead. They're up by 1. Roethlisberger is thrilled. What do you know? The Jags are in a close game. Like that never happens. Last chance for Byron Leftwich. Connecting with Jimmy Smith. What a pass. Leftwich 16 of 27 for 268 yards. Scobie. To win this thing, he's got to hit from 60 yards. Jack Del Rio praying. As for Scobie, man, when Carl and I were watching this, we thought he had enough leg, but didn't quite make it. So the Steelers hang on. 10 straight wins for the 11-1 Steelers.
This Skycam play of the game, brought to you by Visa, proud sponsor of the NFL. Get ready for the game.
The Terry Robisky era gets underway in Cleveland with the world champion Patriots as guests. Whee! Opening kickoff. Game's over. Bethel Johnson of the Patriots, the return man. Knocked 104 yards the Bills had. This one good for 93. There were 3 different lanes. He said, I just chose the widest one. 7-zip Patriots early. Wide lanes a theme. New England ran all over them. Later in the first, they're driving. Corey Dillon kills the Browns. In 11 games against them, he's rushed for over 1,111 yards. 18 carries in this one, 100, 2 TDs in the game. He'd leave in the second quarter, later return. William Green, destroyed by Richard Seymour. Randall Gay's going to pick it up. Willie McGinnis says, hang on, big fella. Let me get out and lay some lumber down. Down goes a Brown. Across goes Gay. 41 yards later, he's in 28-7. Remember, the Browns gave up 58 points last week. They're threatening to do it again in this one, 42-15. Luke McCown actually threw his first career touchdown pass. That wasn't it. Picked off by Troy Brown. The Machine has won 26 of 27. Those Patriots are on a roll, but they haven't rolled over the Steelers when it comes to home field advantage. Thanks to Scobie's kick missing by inches and the Steelers getting a late field goal, they maintain an advantage over the Patriots because they had beaten them back in Week 8. Time now to roll in the ultimate highlight.
The ultimate highlight. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you? Ultimate highlight. Brought to you by Gatorade Thirst Quencher. Gatorade, is it in you?
Still to come, an up-and-down season for the Rams, another turn for the worse. Mark Folger's not looking good there. The man who leads the NFC in passing yards, not passing. And one time we don't want to recount. So what if there are more than 10 plays in the top 10? They're worthy, it's TV, they're visual. It's Boomer when we come back.
Great sports moments this December on Orbit. The emotions of Saudi soccer double up with our special coverage of the Saudi League, plus the Prince Faisal Cup. The sky is the limit for the boundless talent of the NBA stars. The Dutch League invites you to a full immersion of total football. The tough business of the NFL just keeps getting tougher. It's a packed house for the electrifying show of the French League. Orbit in December, bringing you a world of sports.
شهر ديسمبر خاص جدا على The History Channel. اكتشفوا عالم النساء المذهل مع برامج خاصة من سلسلة بايوغرافي عن بعض أشهر وأجمل النساء التي برزن سواء في حياة الأضواء أو البساطة. واكتشفوا كذلك خلال الشهر بعض القصص البوليسية المحيرة مع السيتي كونفيدنشال. امتطوا الخيول الرشيقة وأشبعوا فضولكم عن النجوم الصغار مع هيستوري سبيشالز. وفوق كل شيء قابلوا أساطير الفنون ضمن سلسلة بايوغرافي. لا تفوتوا The History Channel خلال ديسمبر على Orbit.
Have I ever told you how our father proposed to my mother? I should have a man. Do I know you?
Detective Malloy.
Do I know you? Do I know you? I know you? Do I know you? Somebody asked me out. I want to know how you did that to me. I woke to find myself in a dark wood.
There was a homicide in your neighborhood.
I don't think that memory is very reliable. I came into the room. It's here in the circle. Did you kill her?
Meg Ryan will take you into the dark side, right between fears and desires, right in the cut. Now showing exclusively on TV Max.
First day of school and everything's normal.
This school will admit for the first time members of the opposite sex.
But that's about to change.
Todd Winslow, how do you do?
Some changes are inevitable.
Would you like to come up to my room later?
Others call for drastic action.
Out!
Strike, Saturday at these times, new and exclusive on Super Movies.
Hey, last time Niners were competitive, the Rams' home was L.A. All right, maybe not that long ago, but there's an APB out for this team. Mark Bulger, he's taken every snap this season. Snap Bulger. Bryant Young hit him hard. Oh, man, my shoulder hurts. X-rays negative. Bulger wouldn't return. The injury not considered to be serious. Chris Chandler, 39 years young, replacing Bulger. Chandler, Torrey Holt. Touchdown, 22 yards. Rams up 10-3. Chandler's first touchdown pass in more than a year. Kevin Barlow's got it. Robert Thomas has him. Ouch. I believe that would be jacked up. Niners, 63 yards on the ground on 27 carries. Pitiful. Boomer's top 10.
Steamrolling into December in such a time of elation for so many college football teams across the land. The bowl bid's out. The BCS has been decided. Hey, look, I'm going to leave it to our college football experts here at ESPN, but just one man's opinion. Every time college football tries to rectify a system, it seems that they get into just more hot water. Tangling alliances kind of altered some bowls that, in my opinion, that should have happened. Remember, tangling alliances are what started World War I. But another discussion, another time, maybe in history class. Remember last week in this segment, we showed you the college football rouge? Well, here's how the two-point defensive conversion is supposed to work as we start our top 10 plays. Take a look. Southern Miss is about to tie up California, but the kick is blocked. Extra point. Thomas DeCoux blocks it. Wendell Hunter for the Golden Bears could go all the way. The only thing the Golden Bears didn't do was go all the way to the Rose Bowl. They should be playing Michigan to go to the Holiday Bowl instead, but they win the game. Do you miss hockey? I do. Let's go to the United Hockey League. The Adirondack Frostbite goalie, Derek Gustafson, with a save, and then another save, and then another glove save against the Port Huron Beacons. And then a little goal scoring for the Frostbite. Watch Steve O'Rourke for the team owned by Barry Melrose and Steve Levy. Whoop! Wonder how this highlight actually got on the air. The goal by the Frostbite in the win. Notre Dame UCLA Women's Soccer Finals. 5 minutes to go, and Notre Dame's Erica Bond keeps it at a 1-1 tie. She stops a penalty kick. We eventually go to a shootout, and Bond stops Lindsey Greco of UCLA. Notre Dame wins it. They beat UCLA. Shades of 1974. Digger Phelps over John Wooden, and the 88-game winning streak of Bill Walton and company. Thought we should show it. Retief Goosen nearly missed this tournament in South Africa due to his newborn daughter being hospitalized with bronchitis. He wins $1.2 million, which is about 8.651 million rand. How about by 1:02, we had two AFC East teams return opening kickoffs for touchdown. Hanukkah on the way. Temple Bethel Johnson could go all the way for the Patriots as they roll in Cleveland. Meanwhile, Buffalo, 4 yards into the end zone, Terrence McGee. It's going to be a team record distance return, team record fifth kick and punt return. Bills special teams as they roll against Miami in a high-scoring game, 42-32. Only the fourth time in NFL history that two opening kickoffs on the same Sunday have been returned for touchdowns. 1970, Mercury Morris Dolphins, Larry Krause of the Packers. 1967, John Love, Washington Redskins, John Gilliam, New Orleans Saints. And you got to like this.